And we are live. Hello everyone, and welcome to another of NYNJA's live webinar events. I'm Daniel Beach. I am NYNJA's marketing director, and I'm joined by our co-CTO, Nikolay Bankov. Nikolay, say hi.
Hi everyone.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. So Nikolay, I'm going to jump right in, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Look, I mean, you have a very unique perspective on the platform architecture and the way that the entire system has been built. I want to ask, what's unique about the NYNJA platform, and more specifically, how are we sort of bridging these gaps between, look, we've got email, we've got Zoom, Slack, Skype, so many of these different applications. What does NYNJA really do to sort of bring these communication gaps together? I guess we might say these contextual layers together in order to make a real solution.
Right. So the idea of NYNJA is that it's your one-stop solution to handle all your communication needs, all the communication needs in an enterprise. But not only that, by being a single solution, it also does everything better because everything is in one place. So, and I'll give you an example, right? I mean, like to run an effective organization, be able to do effective communication inside the company, as you mentioned. I mean, you gotta have a tool that's going to be handling your your non-real-time communications, kind of like be able to send messages and have presence and kind of like have that exchange, like push messages, something that's better than email. At the same time, when you want to have like a real-time, like a live meeting. For everyone, then you gotta have some other online collaboration tools like Zoom, like WebEx, right? And there is a gap between those because like how often it happens that you go on a live meeting, everybody is supposed to be taking notes, everybody's kind of like ready, and then the next meeting comes and a lot of people haven't followed up just because, you didn't send me the link yesterday and you didn't send me the file yesterday, and while you collaborate, it seems that everything is fine, but then that follow-up is missing, and vice versa. You might be communicating very well with a tool, with kind of like sending messages, like with a tool like Slack, sending messages, exchanging communication, but when it's done, but we gotta get on a live meeting because it's really going to be faster, and then you start struggling. Okay, so is everybody available and so on? So NYNJA solves that, and solves that in a very elegant way, where we have a very elegant transitions between a live meeting where everybody comes in and you have a voice call and you have screen sharing, so you can exchange files. So it's a live meeting, but once the live meeting is done, that group in NYNJA, it stays. All the information that was exchanged in NYNJA, all the files that were sent, all the links, all the collaboration that remains, right? And so it could be that during the meeting, like in a live meeting, you agree, okay, yeah, send me by email, or no, send it to me by something else, right? And then somebody forgets, right? Here, everything's there, right? Everything that you collaborated on, everything that you discussed, there's already a record for that inside that meeting. And then you continue that as an offline collaboration, and that also the other way around is also true that you can transition from just chat, exchange of ideas to jump to a real life meeting. So yeah, that's pretty elegant.
Right, exactly. So backwards and forwards, but I think the real power in that sort of context control, right? So one of my biggest gripes with Zoom, for example, is that we'll have this great conversation, and then a lot of what was said kind of gets lost to the ether, and indeed, all of the files are gone because as soon as the conversation is gone, then the files are gone. And then so we're back to email, we're back to Dropbox, Drive, or Box, or whatever you're using.
Exactly.
But also in the inverse, that if we're in a group on, say, I don't know, let's call it a WeChat or a Skype, you don't have that instant sort of spin up time where you're able to actually create that real-time communication. Pick and choose from your group, for example, search the things that came before and actually bring those up into the conversation and make that context relevant. So really what we're talking about is this notion of context control, or context elaboration even. I wonder what happens when you add other integrations, things like, and obviously I'm talking about the future here, this is not readily available in NYNJA, but I think it's important to speak about these things as we're talking about things in context. But what happens when you've got things like P2P payments with the wallet that comes up, but also other app integrations, things like Salesforce or Xero.
Right.
What do we really expect from these things?
Right. So the payments and the integration with the wallet is again just our holistic approach into how the enterprise and how your daily work is going to happen, and so you might have internal meetings inside the corporation with your group, but you also might have a meeting with your contractors, right? And so the idea there being that you have the meeting, you agree, the contractor makes a demonstration, you accept his work right there and then you can just make your payment, right? So having that is we believe is extremely powerful, and then. You alluded a little bit to the like integrations with Salesforce, with email, and so on. So we are building into the platform this integration with framework for bots, right? So bots has been has been a hot word and then went out of grade and then it's back and so on and so forth. But it has a very very good use. And again, the idea being that while you're having that important meeting with your team, if you're like in sales, having the ability to say to like engage a bot and say, hey, by the way, list all the let's say everybody on our system, everybody in our Salesforce that's from Bank of America, right? Or like when was the last time that someone from Bank of America contacted us, right? And having that again, all that data to be on your fingertips. I mean, it's all about having the in a meeting, having all the data at your fingertips. So you're not thinking about, okay, so how do I pull that? Who do I call to pull that information so that we can present? You're thinking about the content of the meeting. You're thinking about the flow of the meeting. It's almost like in a meeting, you want your software to be almost like invisible. I mean, it just shows you the information that you need, but it just comes from it just comes, like it's just there, like you're not thinking about how to get it. You're thinking about like what to use that information for. So having that information on your fingertips, having the ability. So we're building a framework for bots that is going to allow other developers to build bots in our framework. We are planning to build bots for like specific integrations, kind of like core integrations, several integrations, like connect to some calendaring applications, connect to, as I said, like some CRMs. So things that make sense. But we really expect that.
I want to actually that's another question of mine. I want to touch on though security because for what we're doing specifically, I mean, we're talking about businesses, organizations, and indeed a lot of money changing hands and so on and so forth. How is NYNJA dealing with security, both at the sort of client level and at the server side?
Right. So we have best-in-class encryption, encryption at rest, encryption in transit. We're encrypting everything. Everything that is put on the devices is encrypted. All the communication is encrypted. Everything that's on the backend is encrypted. We're using all best-in-class libraries and paradigms to do security and encryption. So we're safe. I mean that's on us. So we're using security is always on top of our priority list. Looking into the design of the protocol, the design of like all the communication. Security is always upfront. We understand that we are dealing with corporate data. We understand that we are dealing with payments, as you mentioned. So those are things that we are taking, very seriously.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. And now I get into the fun stuff. What's next? What are we looking at? Obviously, we know. There's some wallet elements to come, some labor market features to come. But what on the app side specifically do we have to look forward to?
So immediately coming for slated for next week is so we currently have screen sharing that is for peer-to-peer calls. We are adding screen sharing for group calls. That gets like some backend work is involved in that. So that is coming in our applications slated for next week. We also have a very nice integration with the calendar. So as you alluded, for example, for like if you're using Skype, for example, to make to have your like voice video calls. Well, there's no like how do you invite people? Like okay, so it's good to do kind of like you click a button and then everybody that's in your group gets invited. But you know, in the corporations, you want to have a meeting. You want to have a schedule. You want it to appear in your calendar. You want to have a link in your calendar. Click on that and get you the meeting. Right? I mean, that's how people work, right?
In today's environment, if somebody doesn't ask me for a call first, I'm not answering.
Totally. And having your calendar arranged. I mean, you kind of like want in the evening to check your calendar for tomorrow, right? I mean, what do I have, right? So having events in the calendar, it is important, right? So that's also something that we added. We added integration with Google Calendar and with the Microsoft Live calendar, so that as you like let's say you're in a group, you're chatting in a group, and then somebody says, hey, let's meet on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, right? So you can just press and hold on that bubble. And say add that event to my calendar. The system adds it to the calendar, creates a link, like allows you to like enter the emails of all the participants. So puts a body that again has the NYNJA link to join that, and sends it as a calendar event. And so when the time comes, people just click on the link. If you have NYNJA, great. The application launches, and you get right into the meeting from your NYNJA application. If you don't have NYNJA, just join from the browser. And again, I mean, you can do screen sharing, you can do voice, video conferencing is also coming. So yeah, those are some of those are some of the exciting stuff. We also have drafts now. We're just launching that also mid next week. It's really nice. I mean, you can start typing. It's almost like the continuity feature on the Mac. Yeah? You can start typing your message on your phone, but then as you're working, you walk around. You sit on your computer. Your draft of the message is already there for that for the chat with that person. So you can continue send it from there. And most importantly, it's kind of like as you're chatting, and you go back one screen. Yeah, it doesn't disappear, gets saved, but it's not only locally it gets saved, it gets saved through all your login sessions, so you can continue that on another device at another time. I think it's a very powerful thing. So yeah. And,
you mean I could start the message on my phone, and then later on, if say I'm working from my desktop, I'll be able to finish the message It'll all be there on. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah.
About this idea of context control. This like we're really sort of pushing the cloud to its limit, where absolutely everything exists everywhere at the same time.
Yep. Totally.
Man, brilliant. Nikolay, I gotta let you go.
Okay.
We said 15 minutes. It's longer than that. Thank you everybody for joining. Nikolay, I'd shake your hand if I could.
Maybe in the next quarter.
Exactly, next call. But then, I'd be very interested to hear where we're going next on our next call. So we'll save that one for maybe a couple weeks from now.
Okay. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.